If you need printing on garments, contact Ashman on 0417 819 736 from the White Roo Company. Enjoy the podcast. Hey. This is a Milne Road Studios production in conjunction with Sonny Lerm and the White Magic team. So we're going to be looking at episode 2 in a minute. We got Mr. Sonny Lerm in the house, so enjoy the introduction. You good, baby?
I'm good.
Ba-da-boom. Brings us in hot, doesn't it?
It's not a bad track, that's for sure.
Hey, Sonny Lerm. How are you, buddy?
Here I am. Good.
Going all right?
Good for episode 2. Got my face closer to the microphone.
Oh, you do sound very hot on the mic this week.
There's no complaints. All right.
How'd you go last week? Did you get a few from Lisa?
I got a few from her. Yeah, she said I heard episode 1. You're a bit on the light side in the volume, and you ramble on a bit, so I'm not going to fucking say nothing about my
All right,
week.
I shouldn't have put you in the chains and I shouldn't have put you in the dark room. You're in the dungeon.
Yeah, but no, we're good now, recovering.
Oh, that's what it's all about. It's all about learning, isn't it?
Yeah. Good.
I think you've got the mic in the right spot
There
now.
you go. It's right. It's too close for my comfort, but it'll have to do
Good
for now.
Good shout out to Road. It's all good quality stuff. The sound here is very good. So thank you, Rhodes. It's Australian gear too, which is even better. So
The crowd loves it.
absolutely, they do love it, don't they? You had a good week. What have you been up to this week?
This week, I won't go too much into it, but it was a rough week. Did me back in on the Wednesday morning, so I had to go through Wednesday and Thursday and Friday.
Jesus.
I am taking the Monday off, so
Take it easy on him, Terry. Come on.
Terry's doing most of the work, although he's telling me, stop doing this, stop doing that, but it's not within my nature to sit back and watch someone do some work without doing anything. So, but she's recovering, so all good.
Well, I think rest is the best medicine for it, and we don't seem to get that very often.
No. And I don't like to do it very often, so it was hard to say, no, that's it, taking a day off, but we're doing it.
That's good. No, I think it's great to have a day off anyway.
Yeah.
I made sure by Friday afternoon I'd done half a Monday's work, so I can have a late start because Sunday nights in Australia is ghost night, paranormal night in America.
Yeah.
And it always comes through about 4 a.m. So by the time I get up, my preference is fucking not work. It is purely to see the USA paranormal gear.
I've been trying to keep an eye and ear out of anything that's going on, but it seems like it's gradually getting, more higher and higher of all the stuff on social media that's coming up. So we could be coming back with a spike of UFO and paranormal stuff.
I think so. I think it's coming. It's still in that stalled position where I think there's more and more images coming through. There's not much more given from the government yet, but once that starts to open up, I think it's going to. Now I'm doing it too. I'm not talking into the mic either, but I think it will come back on board soonish.
Yeah. But with the AI stuff coming out now, it's kind of hard to
know whether it's real or fake.
Yeah,
there's so much dodgy
looks so real. It just looks so real, and you want it to be real, so you just tell yourself that's real for sure.
Isn't that the trouble though? Like, I think that's the biggest issue with this. Sorry, I'm just fucking around with the camera myself. That's one of the big issues with this title, with UFO UAP, is that there's so many people out there putting dodgy shit up.
Yeah.
That even if it was real, you think it's not real because there's so many dodgy shit going on.
Yeah, and you wonder why they do that in the first place.
Because they want to believe. That's the issue with it. But, you can get rid of that by fucking declaring that it is real.
Yeah. So we just want the real stuff. That's all we want.
Just declare what it is. Is it real or isn't it real? And then you can piss off the guys that make it up each week.
That's it. That's right.
So what have you done? You've hurt your back, lower back?
I hurt my lower lumbar, which I always hurt, but this time round it's quite bad, and couldn't even put socks on, bend down, or couldn't even get in the car, couldn't clutch, So I'm thinking now I should maybe buy an automatic car and
I
drive
think
that
you should
around.
lift less, mate.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Hey? And warm up
Yeah.
before we start
we
a bit more.
we lift heavy things, and all I did was pass a hammer to old Barchi, and jarred the.
Big g'day to Barchi. How are you, bud? You're the rock now and the ball.
Yeah. So passed him a hammer and buckled down to my knees, and I was shaking. Couldn't even move.
We'll have to put a photo up of him one day with his nice beard.
He does have a majestic beard, and he looks after it well with his oils and things like that.
Does look healthy. It's a nice groomed beard.
He probably doesn't want me to mention it, but he does have a little straightening comb for it. But he does all right with it. So
no, they look good. I think all the boys and all the men these days seem to be wearing the hair on the face, don't they?
well, I tell you what, if I take mine off, I'd
look about 12.
That's right. Couldn't be taking this off and going for a drink at the pub. They'll ask me for ID, so no, I don't look very good without it. So
well, they still ask you in America for your ID, even if you're 65, 70 years old.
do they?
So you've got to. It's not subject to how old you look.
Yeah.
Have you got
just,
ID?
It's just an asking thing.
So
they did that at Uncle Dan's when I went there a few times. They had this thing where it was a 21 on there, a little badge there. It says 21, so you had to be 21, or if you didn't look older than 21, you'd get asked for a proof of ID or anything like that, which is strange because we can drink alcohol and purchase alcohol at the age of 18, so it's a bit strange and weird, but trying something different, I suppose.
Look, yeah, I think if you're 14 and you're drinking, it's probably a bit young. We all did it,
I think,
it was a bit easier back then.
Back then there wasn't that many. Well, the police wasn't sort of
Everywhere.
that much India, so
yeah, it's pretty hard at the moment to get away with anything, isn't it?
yeah.
There's that many cameras, you can't even touch your phone in the car anymore because they'll do you at the traffic lights. So you dare not even go near your phone. I'd leave mine now on the dashboard, so that it can be seen by the traffic light.
Yep.
So if I get a letter in the thing saying I've touched
It's mounted.
well, I'm a fucking idiot if I've touched it.
Yep.
But I deliberately now put it on the dashboard, so I'm not fucking with it.
Yeah, that's true.
And then it's also going to be in the photo if they say, I saw you touching it. Well, where's my hand on the...
Yeah, they're pretty anal about it. I don't even know if you can walk across the road holding your phone in your face anymore.
Is that right?
Yeah. Nah, I don't know. Probably not.
Good old Adelaide. We're so, you go to New York from here, so let's go forward 24, 28 hours from now and you're driving out of New York. They got no cameras. They got no speed limits.
Yeah.
And you're driving in Adelaide terms doing 110 and they're going past you doing 140 and you think, man.
But they're driving all sorts of vehicles up there, things that have got 3 wheels and 1 wheel's off and they're balancing it out and they still drive it on their roads. And
it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. I know JFK, the big airport there out in Queens, they're spending another $1 trillion out there. Might be 12, I don't know how many trillions out there, or billions, but they're going to put on another whole wing again. So they're running out of room already, and that airport is massive. That's a big, big airport.
Probably to cover that big double decker.
For the international side, they're doing it mainly.
Yeah, that's a big aircraft, isn't it?
Yeah. And just to move the people
You'll
out.
definitely get the aliens' attention of what we're doing down here. Watch out. Watch out upstairs.
They'll be watching. They'll be coming out of the water, won't they?
Yeah.
Who knows where they're living.
And your week was all right?
Took it easy this week.
Yeah, good.
Took it easy. I had the young fella Harley with me for most of it. He's a bit of a whippet. I got to slow him down a bit. He's rushing a bit, breaking a few heads off the screws.
He probably just wants to get it done,
Yeah, he does. Absolutely. And he starts pretty early as well.
Yep.
I'm not a sparrow farter unless I'm going to the airport,
Yeah, I'm not like that. I was that before, but now not so much. I'm getting used to taking the kids to school and, taking it easy in the morning.
Look, they all talk work balance, don't they?
Yeah.
And it's generally work and you balance your family after work.
Yeah, that's right. Work comes first.
But it is pretty hard to... especially in a small business, you're the financial advisor, you're
You're everything.
You got to do
Yeah.
it, and you get home, and you're the accountant when you get home, and then you're also the guy scheduling your work tomorrow because you got to start looking at what you might need
Yep.
to take. So, it's an easy trap to come home and sit down with a few beers and try to orchestrate not only what was done for or write down what you've done for today,
Yeah.
tax invoice wise, and orchestrate what's on for tomorrow.
Always wait till the very end of the day. I just procrastinate and I start doing this, doing that, and then by the time it's time to go to bed, better pick up that paperwork and start doing it. And it's about 10 o'clock before I finish, and I thought, you idiot, you've done it again.
If I don't do it by 5 o'clock, it doesn't get done.
Yeah.
So I generally hand them in twice a week. I generally hand Monday, Tuesday in on Wednesday night and give them Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then I give them Thursday, Friday on Monday. So I got to do that after this podcast.
Yeah. I used to be. I did that before this podcast.
I was going to, and I slept in. I had a beauty day.
So no, we're getting there. Doing good.
But it's been good. Yeah,
Keep moving.
Yeah, I've had the trolley. I had about 369. I had 12, 13, I had 15 doors, 16 doors on my own. But I got the green machine, which is my person Friday.
Yeah, that's your back.
But when the buildings are 400 mil off the dirt,
to get it up,
you got to get it out of the trailer onto that, and then over the curb, and then whatever obstacles to get to the 80 metres down the back of the house. That's the bit that is the killer.
You can get this new lifting aid, which is like a mechanical thing that you wear like a backpack, and it attaches to your arms and your back, and you're lifting these heavy things.
It's like the Tom Cruise movie, isn't it?
Terminator.
I think we'll eventually get there.
Yeah. Although it costs you an arm and a leg for it, but you'll get an arm and a leg out of it.
You won't use your arm and a leg.
That's right.
Yeah, won't need surgery on it.
No, I won't do that. I'll retire before that, I think.
No, that's it, mate. But yeah, bar that, I've been deliberately not working Saturdays and Sundays to try to just rest the body.
Good. That's what you need to do.
It does need a rest, and I this year, 55. I felt it this year more than any years before, especially with the shoulder. But it's time to back it off and just do. I've got no dependents home. I don't need to be working Saturday either.
Yep.
But you're always engaged helping local tilers and doing 10 mil showers. So you're not even getting rest from the heavy stuff because you're still doing 25 kilo a square metre.
That's right.
But luckily the phone hasn't been ringing with that, which has helped me say, now I've probably bit myself in the arse at the phone.
Usually it doesn't ring for ages. And then all of a sudden you're getting all these phone calls and you've got to get it done at the same time. So
there'll be 3 coming this week.
Yeah.
I guarantee there'll be 3 this week.
You're probably right. What are you drinking, mate? You're not on the beers today.
No, I take off to Europe on the 9th of September. So
Beautiful.
I'm going to a different hemisphere, and I need to shred a little bit of fucking lumber off that's been there, and I need to put the hours in. So I got on the bike this morning and did a ride, and if I do that every day now before I go away over the next 6 weeks and stay off the fucking beers, which will be the hardest bit because you'll have good days and bad days. And
the rides will be quite tough. I mean, in your area, it's pretty much up and down, big hills.
That's right.
So
I've got the bike inside as well. So I've got the mountain bike and I've also got the one inside. Good. It's been a bit cold today, so I was inside today, not on the road, but you got a lot of creeks around here, which is good.
How'd the place go on the I think the Friday? We had strong winds Friday, and there was a couple of branches that came down.
Got through it, touch wood.
Yeah.
Lovely, we had an arborist here during the week. He's going to cut that tree down out through the door there. So
that's not a bad tree.
And that one drops a lot of shit once a year, and it just goes into a horrible mossy mulch. It's terrible.
Yeah.
So I've got to get around the corner there and get a ramp down so I can get wheelbarrows and whatever down the side there.
And that's free firewood as well,
That's right. So but I still can't touch. I've got still 4 registered trees here that I can't touch. I showed him the big one here, and he said, if it was my way, I'd let you cut it down.
Yeah.
But they won't even let you cut 10% off
I know that. Yep.
So even though it's almost 45 degrees out looking at the neighbour's
Yeah.
house, and you have a look how many trees have gone down on Friday.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be
How
driving
many
around
power
looking.
lines have been fucking butchered by falling trees?
Yeah, that could be
Cut the
someone's
fucking
car.
trees down that you know are trouble.
Yeah.
I better not fire up like it's Sunday afternoon.
All right, settle. Let's settle. Let's get back into let's get back into the aliens, eh?
But a pretty good week. It's really mid-year, and we're starting a new tax year again, and we're a couple of weeks in, and you're sort of not really interested in doing too much. Luckily, the weather's been shit too, so
Yeah.
there hasn't been.
It has been cold and rainy and miserable,
That's right.
but keep moving.
It is winter. At least we got rain, and
It
we
is
got
what it is.
We got snow on the eastern coast, on the eastern seaboard as well.
Yeah.
So Victoria and New South Wales have picked up a little bit.
Lovely.
I was watching some of the AFL today as well.
Yeah. All right.
Brisbane got up over Sydney, which was a ripper game.
Yeah. Good game to
Went
watch.
down to the wire. Yeah, it was in Brisbane as well,
Yeah.
so it should have been Brizzy's tick, and they were just lucky enough to pin one goal. And like Sydney are good at it. They know how to win by the last 30 seconds. They seem to. Collingwood are on the big slide. The Crows had a good win on Friday night.
Watch a little bit of the Collingwood, and I seen the score, and I thought, geez, they're not doing too
They're
well.
getting fucking pumped.
So yeah.
They're sort of fallen from grace, haven't they?
Yeah, and they're good. They're a good team, and they fell. But up and downs.
That's the game, isn't it? You play as Big Rubbo says, you play for one game a year.
Yeah,
the grand final.
yeah, that's it.
You play 20.
You just got to make it
6 months in a row with
Yeah.
1 week off, for what? Fucking 2 hours of football.
there. Yep. Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot, isn't it? A lot. And what about the Trump assassination? I did want to talk about that one.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I didn't even know, and then I'd come home and Lisa said, Trump got shot. I said, you kidding? Where? In the ear, just missed his head.
Fuck, he was lucky. Just keep talking about Trumpy for a sec.
Wow. So, and what was it? Trump? He after he got shot, the Secret Service jumped on him, and then he came out, stuck his head out, put his fist up.
He said, "Fight, we'll fight, we'll fight."
You can't get me. You can't get me.
He did all right. He did because protocol is to drop on the ground.
Yeah.
So he did do that, which was good.
But the shots didn't sound sound like a big bullet. It sounded like a little rifle. I think.
Still a reasonable
Yeah, I
size.
definitely would have gone through him.
And
for
they
sure.
reckon another centimetre the other way would have killed him.
Yeah. Wow.
So
How's the luck in that? You definitely get. He's gonna win.
Look, I think you either like him or love him now. Like
There is a couple of conspiracies about it. About the have you heard?
no, tell us all about it.
Well, there's a conspiracy of
How's that? Bit of scotchy there.
of that he look, this is all everyone's just talking, right? This is everyone saying, oh, maybe he set it up himself just so. I mean, to get clipped in the ear, you got to be quite lucky, right? So he set it up himself. And then he's come up with his fist in the air. You can't stop me. And now all the supporters are going, hey, you can't stop him. Let's vote him in. Let's get him in. Get him on. And all that. And all he did was missed a bit of. Mike Tyson would do better with.
Tyson would have taken more out, wouldn't
That's right. So that's what the conspiracy of it is now. So
he? Yeah, I don't know how much I believe of that.
no, I try not to listen to it, but it's always interesting.
I watched a
hear what
guy
people
on YouTube this morning set up the same shot.
Yeah,
And he had 2 or 3 foam heads there set up over a rough distance
yeah,
with a sighted rifle, and he pinged 4 shots, and he got one hit just above the ear
yeah.
that still pierced slightly into his skin, but it was foam, it wasn't skin and
Yep.
skeleton. And then one went through his nose and one went through the top of his head.
Wow.
So to me, I would say that, and if you look at the video footage, he turns just at the time the bullet's
Yep.
whizzing past his ear. If he turned the other way, it probably would have taken the back of his brain out.
But they were quick though, weren't they? As soon as you heard his
They jumped
shot,
on him.
yeah, they jumped on him, and then you hear a couple of other shots, and that's it. There was a video of the crowd recording, and then they noticed the guy up on the roof, and he's just crawling around. They didn't see a rifle or anything.
He had his own steps. He climbed up onto the shed, and
there's a guy on the roof.
Lots of people saw him, and apparently one of the armed, I don't know whether they were police or not, went up to confront him, and I think they pointed the gun at him and said, "Get off," and they got off, which obviously allowed him enough time to go.
Yep, a couple of shots.
But as you said, if you listen to the sound, it wasn't like a high caliber rifle where, you're shooting like a
JFK one. Yeah.
So a bullet that big travelling at 3,500 feet a second, if it goes through your head, you're fucked anyway. You're gone.
That's right.
But to hear it on the thing, you hear.
Yeah, just little pops. That's about it. And then he touches his ear, looks at his hand. Oh, shit.
I'm going down. But isn't it funny? You think if it was a centimetre the other way, he'd be dead.
Yeah.
And as they said, what would the fallout be then?
Yeah.
Better the devil you know than the devil you don't.
That's right, I think.
And, like to me, I back Trump anyway because to me, he showed enough strength with the wall down the bottom there to stop the Colombian market coming in that generated jobs in America.
He is firm. He is firm and firm in whatever he believes in. So, you got to give that to him. And then you got Biden, and he doesn't even know where he is half the time. There's
a lot of bad ones.
There's a show. It was Kill Tony. Have you seen anything?
Love Kill Tony.
There's a Joe Biden and a Trump. There's a Joe Biden and Trump one, and Shane Gillis plays Trump, and then this other bloke that does, I can't remember his name, something Ray, and he does impersonation of Dr. Phil, but he did Joe Biden this time, and I was in stitches just watching this thing. This thing was you have to watch it. It's hilarious, and for you listening, watch it. It's the funniest thing you would ever see. Funniest thing.
Yeah,
Kill Tony.
Shane's good, isn't he?
Yeah, and it was his impersonation of Trump was beautiful. He did the lips. He even did the dance. The dance. He even did that. Oh wow.
I think he's probably a strong enough deterrent across the world. Like, seriously, you've got Biden as the US president. What are you portraying?
Yeah.
Like, why have we got an 80-year-old man that should be grandpa and sitting in the corner? Why have we got a puppet like him? I don't get it.
He can't even answer questions.
I love the ones that they've set him up where he comes out and he farts and he goes,
whoop, whoop. I've seen that too. And there's a couple of him. There's him walking up the stairs, tripping over.
Oh,
he's on the bicycle.
Plane.
You've seen him on the bicycle, and he goes and puts his leg down, but the strap stuck on his shoe, and then he tumbles over. Wow, it's just too many.
There's a whole segment on Biden in there. And like to see, when they did that chat the other day, where both the presidents were there, and he said, I can play pretty good golf. He's only taking the piss out of you. You don't have to take it, like personally that, you can't play golf because he says, I think I can play pretty good golf, like.
I didn't watch any of it. I just seen little snippets of it, but I didn't think it was going to be too interesting coming out.
So, look, just looking at what comes from here, I think the November is when they go to the polls, like when they have to vote.
Yep.
And you don't have to vote over there, do you, in America?
I don't know.
It's not compulsory.
Isn't it?
So, whatever you got, you get.
But there's that many people there, you can't
326 million.
It's hard to police. Whereas over here, as soon as you don't vote, they'll stick a fine straight in your doorstep.
You got to ask why. When you go down to the polling booth and you have a look at their book, and you see that your name's written on there with 55,000 other whites, and you go, my man.
Yeah, there's a couple of whites.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
A couple of lerms out there too. Wow.
Did you fill up half a page or a full page? Or?
Oh, I think it was a 3/4 full.
That's not bad.
Too many lerms around here.
I was just mucking around yesterday, as I said, been trying not to work, and Mandy went to the footy, and I thought, I'll go and have a look and see what's on the telly. And not Lethal Weapon. The one came on with you drew First Bloods. Usual First Blood. What's it called? Stallone's in it.
Rambo?
Rambo, the very
Rambo?
first Rambo.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that for 20 odd years, I reckon.
Wow.
And I loved it. I loved it more this time.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
haven't seen it in a long time as well, so it'd be good to actually sit down and watch all of it again.
Oh, and you just see how arrogant the big cop was. He said, "Where you going?" And he said, "Heading north, maybe." And he said, "We don't want guys like you in this town." He said, "I just want something to eat, like." And then he made a big song and dance, and then the fucking fat prick in the helicopter that's shooting at him on the wall, and he throws a rock at him. So then he gets accused of killing him, and it just snowballs, and then he goes around killing everybody.
Yeah, he just takes everyone down.
It was excellent. When the not lieutenant, the colonel comes up and he says, "I'm not protecting you from him or him from you. I'm protecting him from you, killing you guys."
I got to watch it again just so I can refresh.
But it was good, if you look at the very early, who does all the sci-fi? Stephen King.
He does.
If you look at the very first movie he did called Jewel, and that's a truck chases this guy and tries to kill him.
Yeah, right.
And you never see who's driving the truck. That's the whole thing about it, And you look back at that one now and you go, God, that was pretty bad. It was pretty average.
Yeah. No, that's good.
And I remember it always being pretty good.
Yeah.
But, excuse me, but to see it again, I thought, oh, God, no, that one wasn't real good. But it was his first one. And then you got Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah.
Now, that still rates as one of the best UFO scenes where the UFOs are going around the roads and that. That was a very good film. Go and revisit that one. It's got the same actor out of Jaws in it.
Without the CGIs and all that sort of stuff.
That's right. They had to do all their own shit back then.
Just a piece of string with a saucer and a stick, and they're just floating it over the camera.
Does look crap. But it also looks crap with the CGI that moves around a bit too much as well. But I think that's winter. I think that's the best part about winter is you get a little bit of downtime now. And I'm really not working. I'm really enjoying the movies, which I've always done anyway.
Yeah.
But to get time, Mandy still goes to footy every couple of weeks, and that gives me a Saturday night to myself.
Which is good, because it's hard to commit to a 1-2 hour. Movies are coming out 2-3 hours now, per movie, and it's hard to sit down and commit to a 3-hour movie, and not have anything else to do for 3 hours, So, what did I watch?
All the Mission Impossible ones are good. I enjoy watching
Mission
them.
Impossible is good. Yeah, I watched Fury Road.
Yes,
Mad Max.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I watched the new one as well,
new
Furiosa.
Yeah, I can't get into them.
Yeah, that was intro to Furiosa. Which
did they rate Furiosa good?
I'm not sure.
I think it got
not
good.
Not sure, but I enjoyed Fury Road way more than that because the opening scene to Fury Road is crazy. You got these cars, guns. This bloke's playing a guitar with speakers behind him. It's crazy. It's one of the best opening scenes in a movie I've ever, in my opinion, ever. That was Fury Road, Mad Max. Got to watch it again and again. I can watch that movie over and over again.
I can watch the original series, the original films, the original one, number
with
2.
Mel.
Yeah. But, when they did Fury Road and you had the English guy in there that barely said a word, it had gone a long way off track to where it started.
Yeah.
But, in regards to all the quality stunts and, it's full bore, people want that sort of shit.
Well, Furiosa, that had a lot of Aussie actors. It had Hemsworth, Chris.
Oh, yeah,
Hemsworth.
okay.
Had a couple of...
they're worthy actors, those boys. They're good.
And the mother of Fury, that played the mother of Furiosa, she was Aussie, and there was a whole heap of Aussies in that, which... sounded. You kind of when you listen to when you watch a movie and there's Aussies there, you sort of relate to it. Oh yeah, that sounds like me. Yeah, he sounds like me. And there was a bloke with that was from the Umbilical Brothers as well. A guy with curly hair or something. They're two comedians. Yeah. And the one with the curly hair that they make noises and skits and all that sort of stuff. And he was in there.
I do remember.
Yeah, he was in there as well, and he was in another movie I watched, but can't remember it. But yeah, a lot of Aussies in Furiosa, which is awesome to see. And I think it was filmed somewhere here, wasn't it?
More than likely.
Yeah, I think it was filmed somewhere. I don't know exactly, but it was filmed here, which I think that's why there's so many Aussies in it. So, good film. Good film.
Kennedy Miller, very good.
Kennedy Miller.
That's what's the producer?
Oh, I don't know the producer.
Is it Miller?
Maybe I should start watching the credits.
I can't remember myself. Yeah,
Who watches the credits?
It's been that.
You do.
Yeah, obviously, but no, that was pretty good stuff. But it has changed, even when the black lady came over and sang in the third one, where it went right off track the first time it got Americanised and it had lost its way.
Yeah,
but, people still going to watch it. So
yeah.
Must be pretty good.
It is.
Well, we need to get up to Tail and Bend by the sounds of it.
Tail and Bend, yes.
Tell us a little story.
Yes.
What's up there, mate?
So at the old Tail and Bend town, you can go there during the day, and you can walk around, and there's an old fella there, and he'll talk you through what each of the little houses were there for. He's got a couple of cars up in front as well, but during the night, that's where it gets good. That's where the ghosts come out. And they do tours on Saturday night, so I reckon you and Mandy, me and Lisa should go there on a Saturday night.
That sounds awesome.
And start to do some investigating.
We should do it in the winter too, while it's cold.
While it's cold, you reckon they come out in the cold?
I think they look for the cold, don't they?
Well, if it was hot and we did feel a cold breeze, we'd know that the presents are there. So if it's cold, we don't know that they're there. So it's I'm quite scared. I'd tell you the truth, I'll be scared for sure. I'll be scared that and Lisa's, I mean, she loves that stuff, but she's freaked out as well, so she wants to go to Las Vegas, and there's a guy, Zach Bagans or something like that, and he has a museum, and he's bought a heap of little things that have an attachment to some sort of soul or spirit or anything like that. Yeah, so she wants to go there and have a look, and I said, I don't know. That's a bit scary for me. So, yeah, the Tail and Bend we should go. And that's just off the Princess Highway, just before Tail and Bend Town, I think. The new
on
one.
the right-hand side, on the riverside.
Right. Yeah, if you're driving towards there.
Yeah, that sounds good. We did the one in the Adelaide Gaol. Mandy and I went in and did that one.
Yep.
And that was pretty cool. And I think I told you where Mandy had some hands on some red marks on her neck where she couldn't really quite breathe properly.
Yeah, that's scary.
That was in the hanging chamber as well. So
is that still going? The Adelaide Jail?
Yeah,
it's still go.
Yeah, it's got the remand centre in there as well, and they take you in there as well. So those girls do a good job in there. They're excellent.
Yeah. All right.
So they got their own podcast up and going now, and they go over to the States quite a bit. And
Yep.
with the Paranormal boys and all that, it's pretty cool. It's good, but as I said, they all come on tonight.
Yeah.
So it's
I think we should do some sort of investigation,
Look, I think Mandy still doesn't believe. She's got to see evidence, which I get. But
and look, I've seen some stuff as well, and I still don't believe. But I still try to keep it open.
It's hard to get the facts though, because the facts are never there, are they?
Well, me and Terry were talking about it, and we always said when you do see something that's paranormal, you kind of tell yourself that it's not real, it's fake, it's a figment of your imagination, and you tell yourself every single time, nah, this is not real, to the point where you actually believe it, and then you go and tell people it wasn't real in the first place, but it could have been real, and you've just stuck in stone saying that it's not, and that's all you're gonna say. So,
wonder if we get to see a little bit in Europe. That'd be all right, wouldn't it? You're in old Rome time.
I might have to do some research and tell you a few spots that could be. I mean, the cemetery is always it's always a good spot there to start.
Sure.
They do have a couple of videos out of the Tesla car, and you know how it can detect people driving through the cemetery, and it's got little stick figures.
Is it really?
Yeah, on the camera of the because it's meant to see someone and obviously stop or try to avoid them in car.
Oh, that's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, so people have been driving around the cemetery with their Teslas, and little bits of I don't know what it is. Just floating around.
And the car slows down, of course.
Well, it would have to slow. It is going slow, but you can actually, there's a screen and you can actually see these little figures. Just
Is that right?
Yeah, it's interesting. You should look it up. Have
I
a look
will.
at it,
I
yeah.
will now. I'm pretty keen whenever I get info like that.
Probably not enough to go get a Tesla yourself and give it a go, but it's interesting to watch.
What about mental health? We'll just touch base on that earlier than last time.
Yep. All right.
I do have a podcast in Liverpool that I've been banging on about lately with the new Brighton radio station there in Liverpool
Lovely.
with a guy called Justin Hopper, and that's now booked in on Friday, September 27. So with this podcast that you and I are doing now is that I will touch base on the fact that that's pretty important for us to beat the drum a little bit on giving our mates a ring and just making sure that everybody's okay.
Yeah, that's right. It's no harm in just giving someone a ring if they're a bit off. You know, if you know someone and then you feel that they're a little bit off, just give them a ring or just ask the question. You know, and at the end of the day, it's up to them to say, yeah, I'm going through it pretty hard or not. But you know, if your question to them of how you going is the one that sort of could save them, then that's a really good thing to do.
If you can say one, you know, if it's one of your buddies, you know.
Yeah.
It's always hard at the time to sort of talk about it with them. And
it's hard for men to speak as well. We always have that, you know, mentality of we're strong, we're tough. We don't want to show any weakness. But it's all right to do it, you know. And it's all right to do it in front of your male companions as well, you know. It's not weak to speak. So speak up if you are feeling down and you got something going on with you. So do that.
Beautiful. Good words. Good words. What about some paranormal now? We're getting up in the middle part of the hour now. There's a story that you've been looking at.
Yep. There's a story, and what was her name? Kelly
Cahill.
Kelly Cahill. And this is I read it in an article. 1993. So it is old. But it's here in Dandenong, Victoria. So it's local.
Dandenong too.
It's local stuff.
Love it.
And we want local stuff, you know, here in Australia. So she was driving home, and I believe she was with her husband, where in a distance she had seen what she described as a UFO, right, which is an unidentified
flying object.
Right? Yeah. So she and as they got sort of closer. And as she was looking at it, there was little round windows, right? And in those little round windows, she'd seen figures as if someone was behind the window looking, right? And then this thing flew, right, away. And then they kept driving, and they then drove right into it. It was right in front of them, right? And then they stopped. And then she did describe it as something as if she could feel it. She could feel their presence and feel what they were saying, right? And then as she was, and then she said that they had big round eyes also. And said as she was freaking out, getting ready to scream, they start charging her, right? And that's all she remembers. That's it. And then she came to, and she was in the car arguing with her husband, right? And then she had seen a couple of triangle abrasions on her arm, so she believed she had been abducted, and she couldn't remember anything after that. So that's pretty crazy stuff.
1993. It's not that long ago either.
And obviously, they always say like she had nothing to do with UFOs and aliens and things like that. So she was pretty freaked out.
Wonder what was in the area there around Dandenong
at the time, 1993. What was going on? Hey,
be interesting to see. As we dig a bit deeper into that one and see, because that's northeast of Melbourne, but it's in those initial hills, you know. It does snow there. It's a beautiful place. We used to stay there quite a bit.
Yep.
And Mum and Dad would just hire a place out there, and we'd go up there for the weekend.
And you didn't see anything?
No, never saw anything back then. I've very rarely seen too much around here,
but yeah, with evidence, they do come when there's things going on that we're doing. So we might have a look at 1993, Dandenong, Victoria, see what's going on at that time. I'll have to find the exact month as well. So we got the year, we need the month, and we can see what's happening at the time for them to come down here and have a look at what we're doing.
I don't know if you've heard, but back in 1966 they had the Westall UFO event at the school in Westall. It was a Westall
I did hear a little
primary
of that, yeah.
school, and all the kids saw the kids and the science teacher.
What were there, 300 or something?
There were 3 UFOs or something, but there were 300 kids seen it, and they've all seen it, and they've all got exactly the same story. And this is back in 1966, and I know that the guys in suits rocked up and said, "You shut your mouth. This is to the headmaster," and they said, "We can smell booze on you." Zip it up.
I see.
So he sort of got tagged out in the end that he'd never said anything for all these years. But yeah, it's amazing. There's another one in Africa that was similar.
Yep, I do remember hearing of that too, and they all have the same drawings.
Yeah, exactly the same, and very similar to what this Kelly Cahill was saying about that you could see little shapes
within the windows.
In the windows.
Yeah, that's insane. And then all of a sudden, you don't remember anything, you know.
And you think how long ago all that was?
There was a report that 3 other cars had stopped and seen something as well at that same time. So, you know, it's not just one person. You got 3 other people that said that they've seen something a bit strange, and she happened to be the unlucky one that got taken and put back.
I don't know whether it's a good thing to see them or not. You know, it seems to affect people that do get these observations and or contacts. It seems to screw them up.
Well, she had a little triangle.
Seems to be little bits put under the skin.
I don't know where it was in her body, but I think they said it was on her body, a triangle abrasion.
It'd be on her left cheek somewhere, I'd be thinking. Why would you put it anywhere?
Well, that's right. Well, how is she supposed to see that?
But
so that's we're getting closer. You know, I want to try and find everything that's local.
John Brown, just Australia. Keep on John Brown and try to get this one over at Greenwith there that happened back just before the development started. That'd be a good one to get in.
That's a good one, yeah.
We still can't get that one off the ground. That's still dormant.
It's in the works. So eventually we'll get there, I reckon. We'll get one. Start talking all that sort of stuff. So.
But, it's it'd be nice to get one. But I think, once again, we need to go out and about and get out there and have a look at stuff and start to move around on the weeks off.
Yep.
And I know how hard it is with time, but that's what we need to do also. Is get out and try to get that real content going here.
Yep. Well, when I'm out camping, mate, I'm up. My eyes are up in the sky. When there's no light, there's no nothing, just stars, and you could see a bit of the cloudy part of it too. And I just think, I've got to see something here. This is going to be something.
I think if you look up enough, you'll see something.
You see little satellites.
You'll see
floating around,
bits and pieces in the sky.
Yeah, but nothing too crazy.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
You want to see
something
because
crazy.
I've got the flat roof up there. I always thought about putting down some boards.
Yeah,
forming up a wall so the light doesn't disappear over the fence, and you only get to look up.
Yeah.
So, we got plenty of glass here and whatever we can use as a top bit.
Yeah, although we got too much light pollution around here, you need to go where there's no light at all. And when you look up to the skies, you see everything, absolutely everything. That's the dream, That's the dream. Joe Rogan said on one of his podcasts that we're missing something. We're missing something from the stars. We've got that many light pollution all over the world that... What if the stars gave us something, What did it give us? What if it gave us a thought or an energy to think of something different than what we're thinking of now? It could be they could be stopping us from getting that, That's why, these pyramid builders and all these big, landmarks getting built back in the day, thousands of years ago. How did they do that? They must have had some help. Could have been from the stars, because we came from the stars. This is probably our second planet.
It's still expanding, isn't it?
Don't listen to me. I'm just talking.
Still expanding. Hey, a big shout out to Justin Hopper over there in New Brighton Radio in Liverpool. I did get in contact with him just a day ago, and as I said before, Friday, September 27, we're booked in there at Liverpool. We'll go and see where the Beatles come from, so that'll be a lot of fun.
Lovely.
Nice that that's booked in. That's a 1 hour podcast too on live radio, so hopefully I don't get too nervous. I should be all right.
It is nerve-wracking. It is nerve-wracking.
But he's got his La Vida Liverpool magazine, and no, it'd be good. Be good to get over there. And I met him in Vancouver when Reese was working over there, and that'll be a good one. We've also got Jace down at SOS Safety Signs. He's doing all the stickers for us. We've got all our new ones at the moment, and we'll get some more done soon.
They look good. They look excellent.
We'll get some Sonny Lerm designs down there soon, and he can do some more for us. But they do all banners and everything, you know. They wrap cars and you know, all your work stuff, all your tractors and all your trucks as well. So it's pretty big deal down there, and they're local, which is excellent. So, but at this stage, Mr. Sonny Lerm, we're going to probably wind it up shortly. And
yep, sounds good. I think we covered what I wanted to say, you know, about the UFO stuff.
Yeah, and I think, as I said, we'll push out there shortly, and just before we go away, and try to get at least one of the local stories out, which would be cool. That's the one that's evading us at the moment. But as of Sunday, mate, we'll wind it up. We'll look after you back tomorrow, and
Will do. She's resting now.
Try to have a bit of a break and enjoy your Sunday evening.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right, so we'll get together again in a fortnight, and hopefully we will have a little bit more to take us to the next level.
Right up.
All right. Well, we'll sign off here this Sunday, mate, the 21st of July, and you'll see us in a couple of weeks.
No worries. Thanks for listening, guys.
Sonny Lamb, it's been a blast again.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for having me, episode 2. What an awesome one.
Let's go again,
I
eh?
feel better about this one.
This is a Milne Road Studios production. Thanks, Sonny. We're going to wind it up, bud, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Thanks, mate. See you guys.
Boom, 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 boom. See you, buddy.
Cheers.